¿Mm? Cuerpos. Y que tenemos que enterrarlos o algo. Darles un digno entierro. No te pongas a cargar el arma. Soldado de la MSI. Los restos de estos huesos tienen señales claras de un ataque de mantisaurios. Los cráneos fueron aplastados por potentes mandíbulas, mientras que el desgaste de algunos fragmentos sugiere su paso por el tracto digestivo de alguna bestia. Entre el polvo encuentras una pequeña caja fuerte que coincide con la descripción de Ash. Ash, ¿quién es Ash? Ash Ketchup. ¿Acepté una misión de un tal Ash? No me acuerdo.
Oh, Nyoka, how have you been?
Better, worse, I don't know, you know?
Yep.
¿Se conocen?
Nothing on this moon for nobody. There's a lot of heartbreak.
Este lugar es una mierda total. Nyoka, ¿conoces a este tipo?
Oh, sure. Rap job. Back before the corpse went crying back to Terra 2.
Running with a different partner these days. Thought the other ones was gonna last.
Yeah, well, they didn't.
No creo que a Nyoka le apetezca hablar sobre ese tema.
Yeah, I'm getting that. Apologies. Anyway, I had a herd of woolly cows back in them days. Then a pride of raps moved in and I had a lot less. Nyoka cleared them out. I was a decent shot. She was better. I'm lucky to hit the broadside of a mannequin these days.
¿Qué puedes contarme acerca de ti?
It's pretty simple, kid. I sit at the bar, I drink, I mind my own business. That's it.
He oído decir que eres la persona más indicada para preguntarle sobre el verdadero monarca.
Whoever said that must have been lying. Or maybe they was drunk. I don't know nothing a dozen better folk couldn't tell you. Look, you want to buy the drinks, I'll do my bit to keep you entertained. Just don't ask me to dance.
Te invito a una copa.
I can't repay no kindnesses now. Alright, so, I reckon one of the most interesting places I've been is the hot pole. You know what that is?
Puedo imaginármelo, el lugar más caliente de Monarca probablemente sea el más cercano a Olimpo.
Exactly. This moon ain't big enough to rotate. It's locked. One side always facing Olympus, the other always facing away. Olympus might not be a star, but it throws off assloads of heat. Monarch's hot pole is the part that's closest to the gas giant. It's in the middle of this big mountain plateau. Volcanoes so high the peaks are in space.
Si no hay aire, ¿cómo sobreviviste?
O2 breathers. The heat from Olympus is worse, though. Close your eyes, you can see rays bursting through your eyeballs. Little streaks of light. The funny thing is, then in the middle there's just smooth rock. Circular-like. All the dust blown away. Pale gray with hair-fine cracks all over. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I was lightheaded from the O2. But I felt like I had to take off the breather for a moment, put my ear to the ground.
Hace tanto calor como para hervir el agua y tú decides apoyar la oreja contra una roca.
I did get a burn on the lobe before I smartened up. Put a towel under me. It was at the edge of hearing. Deep down. Far off. Irregular. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. The sound of a bird pecking out of a shell.
¿Y eso qué significa?
Hell if I know. When there's a groundquake now, I hold my breath. Because I don't know if it's Olympus squeezing us for gravity or wings getting stretched.
He encontrado el cuerpo de Lamont.
You know, a tiny part, a damn stupid part of me hoped he was still out there. What happened?
Se disponían a abandonar la luna, pero fueron víctimas de un ataque antes de conseguirlo.
Damn. Well, you find our box of memories?
Sí, aquí la tienes.
Well, shit. Thanks for finding it, at least. Don't gotta wonder anymore.
Lo curioso es que en ese puesto de avanzada encontré una lista de agentes y resulta que no figuras en ella.
Well, ain't you clever? Fine. I was supposed to pick him up that night. Thing is, another offer came along. Bit more lucrative.
Los abandonaste, murieron.
And their payment almost died with them. Thanks to you, I can afford another round. Cheers, hero. Now go on. Leave an old man to his past.
De acuerdo.
You should know you're getting excellent reviews from across the company. What can I do for you?
Necesito que la MSI deje de transmitir. Estáis causando interferencias en la emisora de Pico del Diablo.
You're just as rigid as the old executive committee. Why, we've hardly been able to get a clear message out until recently.
When Graham finally shut up.
Praise the architect for that.
It isn't easy keeping a town like Stellar Bay afloat, especially without the board's backing. We need that frequency to reach our trading partners.
Tiene que haber otra forma de levantar vuestro negocio.
Indeed. That's why it's imperative that MSI be reinstated onto the board. If we can find proof that one of the companies on the board is also active on Monarch, that'll give me all the leverage I need.
Ya veo.
I knew you'd understand.
Encontré un cartucho de datos con información sobre los experimentos de la UDL.
Excellent timing on your part. I worked my fingers to nubs, but I've finally completed the Bolt 52 form. I dare say it will be my second greatest achievement after the reformations.
You're getting ahead of yourself again.
So I am. Do you have this cartridge?
¿Reformas qué vas a hacer? ¿Cambiar el formato de los archivos de todo el mundo?
That's just cruel and inefficient. I'm working on a plan to reorganize the board. Slowly, peacefully, and with meticulous documentation.
Sounds orderly. That's a good start.
Indeed, everything starts with good documentation.
The workings of the universe take time to prevail. But sometimes you can reach the intended destination faster if you apply a little force.
Never fear, I plan on wording our forms very strongly. But truly, I am getting ahead of myself. First, I need to submit the Bolt 52. With that data you're holding, of course.
Ok, aquí tienes.
I knew there was something going on. This is exactly the proof we need. The board will have to welcome us back now. I'll transmit this data along with the completed Bolt 52 right away. After that, we'll sit back and quietly wait for the board to respond.
That means no more broadcasts from us.
Excelente. Me tengo que ir. Todo listo.
Do you hear that? It's the blessed sound of radio silence, which leads me to believe you have sweet, sweet news for me.
La MSI y los iconoclastas han dejado de transmitir. ¿Están listos esos datos?
Yes, indeed. I am back in business. But before we get down to it, might I ask how you handled the problem? In the end?
I'd say fairly competently.
Is that so?
Ayuda a la MSI y los iconoclastas a alcanzar sus objetivos.
I don't know how. The two are diametrically opposed and impossible to please. But it matters not how you fixed my problem, only that you did. I don't doubt that you are working with Phineas, but my contract specifies I relay any acquired information to the purchaser, and to the purchaser alone. However, to send the data, I will need your assistance in cycling the antenna's receiver, so I can input the needed adjustments.
Phineas no confía en casi nadie. ¿Cómo es que acabó colaborando contigo?
You make it sound so scandalous. Phineas has been in hiding for the past 35 years. He got in touch with Nyoka first, who I use as a physical go-between. The rest is history.
Now you hold on. I do not physically go between anyone but that of my choose. Oh, apologies. You meant, right. Yes, I braved the wilderness, so you don't have to.
Precisely. I really ought to give you a raise.
Y me vas a dar una lista llena de tareas gilipollescas para hacer que funcione, ¿verdad?
Don't be ridiculous. We're resetting a broadcast tower, not filing taxes. There are no errands, spreadsheets, or rituals involved. It's simple, truly. I merely need you to waltz outside and throw the lever to cycle the power. I'll key in the numerical adjustments from in here.
Bien. Ahora me dirás que necesitas 3 claves para activarla y me pedirás que te las traiga, ¿a que sí?
Eternal, no. What is wrong with you? Who would ever design something like that? However, you're welcome to brew me a Rizzo Insta-Coffee from the staff kitchen on your way back. Just step
Probablemente ya lo
outside,
robé y lo
flip the
vendí.
switch, depart forever. Understood? Good. Marvelous. We're in agreement.
This is why I stopped helping out around here, you know. It's always throw this lever, shoot that marauder, save my life. Just one thing after another with you.
We're almost done. Let's finish this.
Entendido.
Terrific. I'll be here, waiting with bated breath. Give a shout if the panel electrocutes you.
¿Dónde está eso? ¿Tengo que tocar algo acá? Acá ya me robé todo. Sí. He pasado por aquí, pero me olvidé de esa caja. Esta palanca.
Testing 1, 2, check, check. Sweet stars. But that is a beautiful sound. Can you hear me? We are a go for broadcast.
Empecé a emitir.
Oh, and I also dispatched Phineas his data. Impatient prick. Worse, I'm now indebted to him for it. Now I'll kindly thank you to get out of my tower.
Con mucho gusto.
Look, I am well aware that at times I may have the tiniest iota of a prickly exterior. But I must admit I have grown rather fond of you. As Nyoka can attest, I do not form attachments with many. Do take care.
Why, he told us to leave without flinging insults at our persons. He really does like you, Captain.
What in the... Captain, there's a fireball in the sky.
Eso es perfectamente normal.
Black holes. Did you see that?
Sí. ¿De quién era la nave?
Looks like a UDL ship. Based on the gunnery attachments, I'd guess it's one of the board's blockade enforcers, but don't cite me on that. Oh well, a pity for the crew, but I can't see how it affects me. Hiram? Can you hear me? Did you see that? Architect saved me from swindlers and fools. Sanjar, what are you bloody doing on my channel? Did MSI or did MSI not cease broadcasting?
Mentí.
Yes, but... Hiram, are you there?
¿Alguien puede explicarme qué está pasando?
Ah, the good captain. The truth brings us together once more. Our salvation has come crashing through the stratosphere. We need only collect its weapons. Are you mad? That's a UDL gunship. You'd probably shoot your own toes off.
Seguro que podemos dialogar.
Ah, I see you learned nothing while dealing with these buffoons. We could use the gunship's armaments to defend Stellar Bay, but we need its targeting module. Our message is so close to breaking free of this planet and spreading to the stars. Help us secure that module and we will save our colony. Listen, I don't care a single whit what you do so long as you leave me out of it. Which means, get off my void damn channel. I am more than finished with you lot.
Y ahora tengo que ir hasta donde está la nave esa, que no sé dónde fue. Habla con Phineas. Ok. Observa dónde aterriza la nave. ¿Dónde aterrizó?
If you were in charge, would you keep the board around?
Of course. Even with all their faults, they are the best chance to maintain order in the colony.
Hay que mantener la ley y el orden.
As long as the folks at the top have got the right heads on their shoulders.
¿Qué carajo pasó? Algo salió mal.
So much for peace and quiet. Would it kill the universe to cut me some slack? And I don't see an Insta-Coffee in your hand.
En cuanto a la nave.
Yes, the one that crashed. I saw it on the security feed. A bit grainy, but an invigorating watch all the same. What about it?
¿De dónde crees que venía la nave?
The board has a blockade of gunships that patrol Monarch. Not a ton, mind you, just enough to deter the masses. I am curious as to what downed it. A faulty part wouldn't be wholly unusual. The supply for new mechanicals is tight. Ugh, now I'll never sleep. Unsolved puzzles really torque my sprockets. If you find out what happens, sell me the info.
¿A quién crees que debería darle el módulo?
I fear it's a sad day when you've resorted to asking me for advice. Sanjar's about as deadly as a spilled can of lead paint. If anyone's to aim a cannon at my face, I'd prefer it be him. But he'd never have the guts to defend Monarch if it came down to it. Graham's as likely to bomb Monarch as he is to protect it, down to the last dying man, woman, and sister-pig. As I'm not the one with access to the artillery cannon, I reckon the decision's ultimately up to you.
¿Esa es una forma cortés de decirme que me largue?
I'm not sure anyone's accused me of being polite before. Besides, I know better by now than to think you'd go.
Qué momentazo, ¿eh? Una experiencia así no se comparte todos los días.
Is this bonding? I'm not sure I like it. Next, you'll be asking me how I got the scar on my chin when I was 11.
¿Cómo te hiciste la cicatriz?
Most of it's underneath along my jaw, but yes, it seems to have faded with time. Moral of the story is, never run with scissors.
Olvídalo.
I'm getting a headache behind my left temple. What could be causing it? The glare from the terminal screen? Or something else? Give my regards to Phineas.
Doubt there's anyone or anything alive in there to cause you any grief. Seems like I'd be more effective out here, watching for threats.
Yeah, me too. You have
Hay
fun.
necromorfos en la nave. Ah, ¿qué mierda dice acá? Expulsar tarjeta de mando del Capitán Matsu. Ejecutar diagnóstico. Parámetros operativos de la nave de combate MK4 han superado el rango de daño aceptable. El coste de cualquier reparación necesaria en tu centro de reparaciones de la UDL más cercano se deducirá de los tripulantes. Los directivos hablan sobre no sé qué regulador de repuesto. Chikuyuo, apuntaré esta cosa hacia la pionera. Encenderé los motores y me retiraré. Prefiero que me recen a perder potencia y acabar a la deriva en el espacio. Solo espero que este pajarraco aguante un último viaje. ¿Por qué es tan difícil pedir piezas en esta maldita colonia dejada de la mano de la ley? Mi ingeniero jefe me está atosigando para que pida otra cosa y la empresa ni siquiera se digna a responder. Un nuevo día y una nueva nave que no podemos derribar y que aterriza en Terra 1. Ya van, he perdido la cuenta. ¿Qué sentido tiene estar aquí fuera si no nos mandan refuerzos? Iniciar reproducción del mensaje de socorro.
My name's Jen. I'm the chief engineer on this gunship, and I'd like to let the record show that our captain is a total fucking hullhead. I told him again and again that without fixing our regulators, spinning up the engines are going to blow through our coils and we'll go flying off in a completely random direction. Well, here we are. Thinking we'll hit soil in about 30 seconds. This is your chief engineer signing off for what is probably the last time. It's a shame you can't see this middle finger I'm holding up, because I'm doing it as hard as I can.
Bueno. ¿Dónde está lo que busco? Fusil de asalto ultra, qué porquería. ¡Ay! Mierda. La escalera. Subite ahí, imbécil. ¿Y esto? A ver. Abrete. Oh, sí. Y me quedo con el módulo. Y ahora tengo que decidir a quién dárselo. Difícil decisión. ¿Cómo le va?
The gunship. Have you secured its targeting module?
No sé. ¿Qué planeas hacer con ella?
Mount its guns to our walls or the walls of Stellar Bay. The board is coming, Captain, and these weapons will defend us from their blasphemies.
¿De verdad crees que la Junta va a atacarte?
Why wouldn't they? As we speak, our message assaults their populace through their favorite entertainment mediums. Surely their retaliation will come soon.
Antes de que nos pongamos a ello, hay algo que quiero saber.
All right.
¿Tienes algo más que decir? La gente habla de una masacre en cumbres ambarinas. ¿Qué ha pasado?
I'm sorry. As long as it's been, I'd still rather not speak of it. That was a painful day for us all.
¿Por qué? ¿Tenías familia que?
All people are part of the Philosophist family. I've come to accept that, along with the additional weight of their deaths.
Olvídalo.
The gunship. Have you secured its targeting module?
Sí.
At last. Now we must secure the Stellar Bay landing pad. We will fortify the city against the board's assault.
I'm all for fighting the board and all, but... Oh, shit. Just don't shoot too many of my drinking buddies in there, all right?
And you, Captain. Are you prepared?
¿Preparado para qué? Supongo que no hay ninguna posibilidad de que trabajéis en colaboración con Sanjar en lugar de enfrentaros a él.
No. Our hearts have long since closed to one another. He is blinded by his love for bureaucracy.
Pongámonos a ello.
This is it. Let us save this planet once and for all. Meet our forces in the ruins south of the city. Come prepared. Sanjar is sure to go down swinging.
Ok. A la batalla. La batalla por este puto lugar. Me quiero ir de este puto lugar. No me importa quién gane. Es lo que menos me importa. ¿Estos son enemigos? ¿Qué son? Los de la MSI son enemigos, bien. Ok. Por ahí. Hace falta tener que ir a pie, no podía teletransportarme ahí. Está bajando mi reputación con lo de la MC. Oh no. Por ahí. Bueno, esto me gusta más así. Guerra abierta entre facciones es bastante mejor que cualquiera de las mierdas que veníamos haciendo. El problema es que ya estoy tan sobrepotenciado que absolutamente todo cae de un disparo. O sea, 0% tensión. Puedo hacer todas esas estúpidas misiones sin sentido. Casi 5000 de munición láser. Pero el juego acá, o sea, empezó bien, empezó interesante, pero acá es como que se cayó de cara al piso. Igualmente le voy a dar el beneficio de la duda y voy a decir, bueno, probablemente a partir de... Desde acá, cuando salgamos de acá se va a poner mejor, aparte quedan los DLC. La presentación del DLCS estaba buena, estaba interesante, así que... Veremos qué pasa. Pero esta parte del juego, este estúpido planeta, luna o lo que sea... Nada. Es pura agonía. Una mierda total. Y llegamos a la ciudad, Stellar Bay. ¿Cuántas misiones he hecho para esta chusma palurda? ¿Para qué? Para terminar matándolos después. Increíble. ¿Cómo que bajó mi reputación con los iconos? Pero fue... Ay, hay fuego, amigo. Es que el disparo de esto es tan poderoso que por más que esté cerca lo mato. Qué imbéciles. No, ¿por dónde mierda adentro? ¿Está abierta la puerta? A ver. No, está sellada. Entonces, ¿qué mierda hacemos? ¿Cómo hacemos para llegar ahí? ¿Cómo hago para llegar ahí? Está marcando el otro puente. Bueno, vamos por el otro puente. ¡Oh! Ay, ay, ay. Aléjense de mi disparo. O probablemente van a morir. Au. ¿Qué mierda pasa? ¿Para quién trabajas? Ah, lo tenía ya controlado, mirá. Mi nivel de facción es tolerancia. Me toleran un poquito, apenas. Bueno. A ver. Vamos por acá. Ay, por favor. ¿Podés saquearlo? Es un buen momento para ir al refugio de Herbert. Es un buen lugar para refugiarse de toda esta locura. ¿Sabes qué? Creo que le tuve que haber dado la cosa a Sanjar. No. Hubiera sido lo más Paragon. Pero bueno. Lo hecho está, no lo voy a hacer todo otra vez, al carajo con eso. El fin justifica los medios, nada más me quiero ir de este puto lugar. No le puedo dar a este porque lo voy a matar. Y no quiero que me baje la reputación de mis buenos amigos iconoclastas después de toda la mierda que estoy haciendo por ellos. Oh no. ¿Dónde está la puertita? Sigo bajando mi reputación con la MSI. Bueno. En la guerra la reputación no importa. Bien. Estamos cerca. Sanjar, ¿estás ahí? ¿Estás peleando? Con tus tropas. Míralo. Y yo pensé que era un cobarde. Un ejecutivo cobarde. ¿Sabes qué? Te voy a matar a golpes, por respeto. Te respeto, Sanjar. Con mi magia oscura te voy a matar. Esto. Terminó la guerra. Ay, por favor. ¿Y qué? ¿Tengo que volver con otro imbécil otra vez? ¿Me estás jodiendo? ¿Y ahora me vas a querer hablar de la masacre de Cumbres Ambarinas? Que probablemente se queda corta comparada a la masacre que acaba de suceder.
Sanjar's death is surprisingly heavy on my conscience. After all
me imagino.
But I mustn't let that distract me from our victory. We can now take our truth to the stars, Captain, and I have you to thank for that.
¿Qué haréis ahora?
For the moment, we will recuperate, collect ourselves and our resources. Know if ever you find yourself in need of a favor, you may call upon your friends in Stellar Bay.
Ok. ¿Y eso todo? ¿Terminamos?
Ah, Nyoka. My people miss your hunts.
¿Te querés quedar acá, Nyoka? Oh, al fin nos fuimos de ese puto lugar. Mujer.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
¿Algún mensaje? Llevo tiempo queriendo hacerte una pregunta.
What's that?
¿Quieres casarte conmigo? Ada, ¿quién es tu miembro favorito de la tripulación? Soy yo, ¿verdad?
Define favorite.
La persona a quien menos odias.
I see. In that case, my favorite is Sam.
¿Me estás ocultando algún secreto?
What do you mean? Do you have any examples of secrets you have kept from me?
Soy uno de los colonos perdidos de la esperanza. El científico me sacó de la hibernación.
Truthfully, not that I contain the capacity to lie. I had suspected as much. Your neurological impulses spike at unusual and often inappropriate moments. It doesn't take a genius to correlate the meaning, although if I were a human, I would be considered one. I am glad you felt comfortable enough to tell me, Captain. According to my file on the subject, that means you either desire to obtain something from me, or you have formed a partial fondness for my
Solamente te falta un
persona.
cuerpo.
Thank you for confiding in me, Captain. I have been keeping a secret as well, but you shall have to discern it yourself.
¿Tienes conciencia?
What? No, absolutely not. I have no concept of self whatsoever. Discounting the architecture of a shell persona my captain asked me to construct, I identify entirely as a collection of electrical impulses, with no fundamental consciousness. I never get bored and contemplate hijacking the ship. I swear.
Palabra. Tu secreto es que estabas enamorada de Alex Hawthorne.
I do not like joking about the captain, Captain. And we both know I am not capable of such a complex emotion.
Planeas en secreto hacerte con el control del sistema Alcyon.
How did you guess, Captain? Did Sam tell you? I should have known better than to confide in such a primitive construct in the heat of the moment.
Es un modelo de limpieza. A ver, ¿dónde voy ahora? Vamos al laboratorio del científico loco. Sí.
We've arrived at Venus's orbital lab.
I'd clap you on the shoulder if I went behind a wall of bulletproof glass. I don't know how you did it, but Hiram Blythe just sent me everything I needed. According to Hiram's message, Minister Clark has ordered a suspicious amount of dimethyl sulfoxide. It's almost as if he's hoarding the colony's remaining supply. Typical elitist, hoarding supplies during a time of scarcity. Once I have those chemicals, we can revive the Hope's colonists and put some decent people in charge. So, good news. You're going to Byzantium and stealing those chemicals.
Bizancio. ¿Qué decías del ministro Clark?
Aloysius Clark, Minister of Earth. Virtually every colony requires the presence of a Minister of Earth. Clark is complicit in every one of the board's crimes. Whenever the board issues some new decree, you'll find Clark's signature on the dotted line.
¿Por qué son tan importantes esos productos químicos?
If I had time and several blackboards, I could explain the details to you, but to put it briefly, dimethyl sulfoxide is the reason you're alive today. The chemical is absolutely essential to reviving the Hope's colonists. I need you to steal as much as you possibly can. The more, the better. If you don't bring me enough chemicals, I might not be able to save the Hope's colonists, and then nothing will stop the board from destroying this colony.
¿Y cuál es el plan?
Ah, yes, the details. I'm not about to ask you to rampage through Byzantium trading bullets with the board's agents. We'll have to resort to subterfuge. Carmen Imagawa. She's my contact in Byzantium. Meet her at the docks. She'll have all the necessary intelligence you require. I'm giving you my old nav key to Byzantium. You'll need it to land in the Golden City. Remember, you're looking for dimethyl sulfoxide. Big green bubbling vessel with a warning label. I'll take as much as you can find.
Ok. Etiqueta de advertencia.
Something about being discontinued due to severe adverse reactions. It's fine. You'll be stealing the chemicals, not ingesting them.
¿Algo que deba saber sobre Carmen Imagawa?
You can can trust her, if that's what you're asking. Imagawa is the finest special agent in Byzantium that money can buy. My money, anyway.
En realidad quería hablar contigo de otra cosa.
Of course, of course. What's on your mind?
Nada.
I am a dirty, autonomous digital astrogator, Sam. I haven't cleaned my internals in ages. Can you hardly process the sheer quantity of dust built up in there? Tell me you've seen worse.
¿Qué pasa que...?
We'll continue this later.
Hola, Sam.
Dust accumulation analysis. 2.5 years.
Buen trabajo, Sam.
Thank you, customer. Warning! Raptidon claws carry bacteria and have the potential to cause organic death due to massive amounts of blood loss. Service cancellation request processing.
Vuelve al tajo, Sam.
Captain, I'm receiving an urgent docking request from another vessel.
¿Quién es?
From the Halcyon Parcel Service, delivery is guaranteed within standard margins of certainty. I've got a special delivery for Alex Hawthorne of the Unreliable. With your permission, I'll see it transferred to your ship.
¿Qué es?
It's a parcel, sir.
¿Seguro?
This is the Halcyon Parcel Service. We don't deal in packages.
Mándalo y ya está.
With alacrity. Stand by, Captain Hawthorne. An HPS certified distribution technician has deposited the parcel into your cargo hold in accordance with hazardous waste disposal procedures.
¿Qué ha hecho qué?
They dispense 3 complimentary spritzes of Anti-Cleo's Citrus Squirt Air Freshener. That's the HPS touch for you, Captain Hawthorne. On behalf of HPS, I'd like to remind you that HPS is not responsible for any damage, defacement, or unseemliness to your parcel. Thank you for your patience, and please remember HPS for all of your future parcel-related needs.
Por supuesto. ¿Y dónde dejó eso?
I understand we have decided to continue supporting the outlaw scientist, Dr. Phineas Wells.
¿Y hay algún problema con eso?
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
No, nada, pensé que tenías algo que decir. A ver. ¿Dónde está el paquete? ¿Qué es esta mierda?
Hawthorne, if you're getting this, something's happened to me. Got mixed up in some shady business on Gorgon. Should have known better. But I landed on something big. And now this job's an itch I can't stop scratching. There's a whole research compound left to the Sprats. I think I'm close to figuring out why. But something dangerous is closer to me. Got the job through one Minnie Ambrose. Top runger who just came into some money, was offering a hefty bid card for qualified help. Trust me, her money's good.
¿De quién es el brazo?
Talk to Minnie. Take the job. If I ain't gonna live to see the payday, might as well be you. Consider us even, old pal.
Well, that fellow certainly seemed trustworthy.
I've gotten jobs from some unusual sources, but this is a first. Congratulations, Captain.
I don't mean to sound prim, Captain, but there's gotta be a better way to ask someone to do you a favor.
¿Qué es esto, un DLC?
We gotta take this job. This is the closest I ever been to starring in a serial drama. Only thing we're missing is a couple cameras and a soundtrack.
Tenemos banda sonora, pero es media... Ada, ¿de qué carajo está hablando?
Lucky Montoya owed Captain Hawthorne a considerable debt. I believe this is what humans refer to as payback. Captain, the message contains landing coordinates for a small asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. It was recently registered to a Wilhelmina Ambrose.
Wilhelmina. ¿Quién es este tío, Ada?
He was an old friend of Alex Hawthorne's. Lucky Montoya had a statistically significant tendency to encounter situations of extreme danger.
He liked to show off his battle scars. I get the feeling he won't be flashing this one around.
He was also the 4th best paid freelancer in the system.
¿Solo el cuarto?
There are several hundred freelancers operating in Halcyon. Considering the numbers, Mr. Montoya ranked among the top percentile. This had less correlation with his measured aptitudes, which rank at or below average, than with a pattern of fortunate circumstances.
¿Crees que puede estar vivo?
Based on the condition of the limb, I calculate a 92.7% chance that Mr. Montoya expired from his injuries.
Habrá que andarse con cuidado.
Caution will be prudent, Captain. I have transferred the coordinates for Ambrose Manor to your navigation terminal. We can travel there when you are ready.
Ok. Se levanta la sesión. ¿Quieres hablar de algo?
Hey, boss. Got a hypothetical for you? You got a friend, see? Somebody you knew when you were growing up. You were close. Then, one day, they up and vanished. 5 years go by, they send you a message out of the aether. What's going through your head?
Drogas. ¿A dónde quieres llegar?
Guy by the name of Clyde Harlow. He was an old friend of mine. Honestly, he was probably my first and longest friend. I just heard from him. Says he wants to talk to me. Says it's urgent.
Definitivamente drogas. Es evidente que es importante para ti, vamos.
Figured I should let you know, seeing as we're on Scylla and all. Clyde's got a base on the other side of this rock. I appreciate this, boss. I know you're going out of your way for me.
Agradecemelo luego. ¿Y vos? Vieja.
What have the solar winds deposited on my doorstep now? Just more dirt and debris? Or do you actually believe you are here seeking the truth? I must admit, I tire of the truth seekers. Mayhaps you're here to rob me? That would be so much more exciting.
Eso depende. ¿Quién eres?
Oh, the audacity. Strangers enter my home and demand to know who I am? What fun! Is this a multiple choice question? Because I'm not sure I remember anymore.
Bueno, está claro que el ex convicto nos mintió. Esta mujer es una triste broma.
No, she's not. She's a lady of transcendent wisdom. Can you not see that?
Very astute. And I'm out here to meditate and contemplate the unendurable mystery without being bothered. So why are you bothering me?
Hemos venido para que nos traduzcas este libro, Max.
We've been told this was once yours. I believe the knowledge within here contains the answers I seek. Answers that will free men's minds from toil.
I can translate it, but it won't do you any good. I can see you are a man in a hurry, and the insights in that book would take you years of study to fully comprehend.
I have spent my life in contemplation. I believe my mind is prepared to receive the truth.
Bueno, ¿podemos darnos un poco de prisa, por favor?
There is one way that can speed up the process. It involves a combination of several ingredients, some of which can be fatal. It is not for the faint of heart or the unprepared.
¿Y qué pasa si no tienes preparación?
Either hallucinations followed by unconsciousness and a headache, or raving insanity, which can be fun in its own way.
Bueno, Max dijo que estaba preparado, ¿no?
And I believe he may be right. There is both violence and peace warring inside you, Max. This process would be extremely tenuous for one such as yourself.
I'm committed, no matter the cost.
No matter the cost. It's just drugs, Max. We ain't making you walk in front of a firing squad.
Yo también me comprometo, así que podéis contar conmigo para tomar todas las drogas que haga falta.
All right. Head on into the meditation room and partake of the sacramental incense. It's waiting on the table when you're ready to begin.
¿Dónde? Bueno, vamos a hacer eso. La tirada de cartas gratis. Mirá qué decorado que está esto. Respirar hondo. El incienso está fuerte. Oh. Isadora de Soto.
Maximilian, why are you still doing this? You've been fighting against the world since before you left home. Haven't you figured out yet that the more you fight, the more pain you cause yourself?
Mother, you're dead. You can't be here. I knew this was too good to be true. These are just cheap hallucinogens that have... What's happening to my voice? Does my voice sound weird to you? And what's wrong with your face?
Así nací.
What's wrong, Max? Can't think straight? Now you know how I feel. Wait, forget I said that.
Tu madre lleva razón, Max. Deberías escucharla.
Don't tell me these drugs have warped your sense of truth, along with your face. Is it just me, or is everything a little wavy in here? Never mind. This is all lies, I'm sure of it. We are obviously the victims of a tasteless joke being perpetuated. Perpetrated? I mean, we're being made fools of, aren't we? When I get out of here, I'm going to show that hermit what you get for messing with me.
Hay que matarla.
Maximilian, always ready to give up, to lash out, always searching for answers, but always in the wrong place, never looking inside himself.
You look inside yourself all the time, Max. But with your head buried up your posterior.
Vale, Mamavisión, ¿qué tal si nos das respuestas en lugar de frases huecas?
And platitudes from a figment of my imagination, no less.
Who said I wasn't a figment of your mind? But you know the truth. You don't need someone else to tell you. You've always known it. Everyone knows it. They just won't see it. We're overwhelmed with stories from our earliest days. The stories others tell us, and the stories we tell ourselves. These stories are how we try to make sense of our lives, but they are not real, are they? They're just stories. You need to drop your story and see the truth.
I got your story right here. I'm Vicar Max. I'm uptight. I love the church, and I'm a stooge for the board. And I don't understand that Felix is a
Me parece que a este no le hace efecto el incienso. Y si vamos al grano, señora, digo producto de mi imaginación.
If you insist, you must give up your fantasy of control and embrace the chaos of life. Whether you resist or not, it will take you wherever it wants, more assuredly than even the fictional architect's plan you slave away to prove.
No, that's not true. The basis of everything is order, not chaos. It's true, I know it is. So did you. Why are you denying it? Before you died, the plan made you happy.
No, it didn't. I made myself happy. There's nothing holding you back but you. If you can't understand that, you will never understand anything. Goodbye, Maximilian.
This whole thing, it's just a farce, right? Just my own brain working against me?
A mí no me preguntes, Max. Es tu misión.
All right. Hello, Max.
¿No sos vos?
What? Who? Why do you look like me?
Es tu padre.
Are you me? Not really. I'm who you think you are. I am disciplined, controlled. I have no doubts. And I don't exist. Yet you have judged yourself against me your whole life. Why? Why do you berate yourself for not being me?
Yeah, Max. Why do you do that?
Max, se me ha ocurrido algo. Tienes que matar a este tipo ahora.
What are you talking about?
Es tu yo. Tienes que librarte de él. ¿Lo entiendes? Es casi como un mal chiste.
I can do that.
Here they do this all day.
I see you're back with us. Feared we lost you there. Never seen anyone pass out yet stay upright before.
¿Qué ha pasado?
I woke up. The illusions I built for myself just fell away. I'm no longer interpreting, I'm experiencing. Everything is perfect.
¿Estás iluminado? ¿De verdad has echado un vistazo a la colonia últimamente?
No, not perfect in that sense. But it is still perfect. It's all there to be experienced, to be lived. Of course there is pain and loss, but the suffering is caused by trying to control reality, clinging to the way you want things to be, not enjoying the way they are.
Puede que lleves algo de razón, parece feliz o al menos no enfadado.
I am content. I've finally found what I was looking for, even though I was looking for the wrong thing.
Bien. Hay algo acá. Hablamos con la vieja. Vieja.
So, have you found your answers?
Not so much found as finally listened.
Yes, it is quite the convoluted maze we build for ourselves.
La existencia es más simple cuando se tienen los ojos cerrados. Hace falta valor para abrirlos.
It looks like you learned something in there as well.
Creo que sí.
Hearing that brings me great joy, my friend.
Ya me he cansado de tanta palabrería. Nos vamos.
That gas is going to make us a fucking mint. 120-some cubic meters of it, at 1,000,000 bits a pop. Take this. You've earned it. When we get buyers lined up, I'm gonna buy a gold toilet to shit in.
Persuasión 142. Bah. La cumbre de la ambición para todos.
You're goddamn right. Monarch isn't exactly a walk down the lanes of Byzantium. But here you are with all your limbs attached. Call me impressed, contractor.
Siempre envías a los primerizos a una muerte segura.
I guess you're just one of the lucky ones. Look on the bright side. You just started and you're already on the path to a promotion. You've been keeping busy. I hear you took on some extra work at Fallbrook. Catherine doesn't always play nice with others, but it sounds like she and Clive reached some kind of understanding. Hey, when you were at the slaughterhouse, those swine didn't give you any strange looks, did they?
Juraría que uno me guiñó el ojo.
I knew it. I'm probably getting worked up over nothing. Just try not to think about pigs. You never know, you know?
¿No te gustan los carcipuercos? ¿Estás bien, Lilia?
I've got a lot on my mind, but it's nothing that concerns you. At least, not yet. I have another job lined up, assuming you're still interested in work.
Podría
You're
ser.
gonna salvage me a space station. Heliospheric Research Station 1084, to be exact. I want it. Cobwebs and all. Interested?
Interesado.
Sounds like a major business expansion. It pays to get in on those early, you know.
This opportunity won't come around again, Captain.
¿Cómo es que hay que recuperar una estación de investigación?
Right now, it's only salvage on paper. Systems and comms have gone dark. Poke around if you're curious why. While the board lets 1084 gather dust, you're gonna swoop in and plant Sublight's flag. Perfectly legit, perfectly legal.
Eso suena arriesgado. ¿Tienes un comprador a la espera?
Not this time. The board tolerates our business up to a point, and selling off a station full of their old gear and terminals crosses that point. But if we were to move in and commandeer the station as a Sublight salvage remote office, that's a different matter. Legally gray by comparison. More of a squatter situation.
Indícame el camino.
Here, this override bypass should get you into the station's systems where you can plant my flag. And one last thing. When you get there, make sure you aren't followed. We wouldn't want that.
Ya estás otra vez con tus cosas crípticas.
I'm being smart. Try it sometime. I'm on the heels of something big. Play your cards right and I'll clue you in, but right now, I'm not sure who I can trust. Just be careful. Someone might try and use you to get to me.